So I just thought it would be wise. Yeah, I just thought that it would be wise to just go to church today. So I had plans to go to church, but now Catholic. But I think I woke up. Okay, the alarm rang at six, about 6:10. Okay, because I had set it that way. Once I woke up, I went back to sleep. So slept for about again 1 hour or even 54, 1 hour and 55 minutes. At 8:58 is when it's when I'm waking up. I'm realizing I need to be myself, wake up, and go to what I had planned, or even actualize what I had planned. But remembering that the service starts at 9, I was like, nah, that's too late. So I was like, okay, it wouldn't hurt to change the church since I was going to church, only that I won't be going to Catholic. So my mind has just, go to church today, even if it is not Catholic, because I'm used to going to Catholic, but I'm not tied. Let me at first clarify that I'm usually not tied to any denomination. I like Catholic because of the structure. I just love it that way. Unlike these other churches, the Protestant churches, it's the way they conduct their service. Sometimes you find the service becomes very lengthy. Even the church session becomes very lengthy. So that's why I like going to Catholic. Yeah. So right now I've decided, I'm late, fine, but that doesn't mean that I won't go to church. So I'm going to Grace Chapel, not CU, Grace Chapel, because the CU is full. I'm pretty sure of that. It is full, and I will lack somewhere to sit. And once you have that uncomfortability, it will be a challenge for me, because I won't concentrate. I'll be in my own things, my own fantasies and my own imaginations. So I'd rather go to Grace Chapel and just sit there. I'm there to listen to whoever will speak, the speaker of the service today, to just listen. I feel like someone has my message to deliver. Yeah, let me just hear what God has to say. You can not always be listening to your God. You can even listen to the men of God and what they have to say. And I am very certain that they have something to say that will change the situation that I have right now, or even that I am in right now. See, I say that something is just not right, and I can feel it's something that has to do with. I don't know what it is, by the way. I don't know what I've failed to do, such that now I'm being. It also happened when I failed to, you remember that day. So the other day, the next day was about disorientation. Anyway, see you after the service. Adios. It is just after service. I decided to just take a walk around near the church, actually Grace Chapel. I think I'll record it. It's actually in my sight. I'm seeing the church as I'm standing here. Anyway, let me focus on something else. I'm near actually the School of Agriculture. You can see that this is SOA, School of Agriculture. You can see a vast field of, of unused land. I'm sure this land belongs to Moi University. It is not being used. Anyway, I have seen this a couple of times. This actually is a monument or something. So I was actually interested in knowing what it is this morning. Is it a monument or what? So it's saying, in loving memory of our comrades with whom we spent formative years together in Moi University. All those names to live, and finally at the end of it, the end of the names, to live in the hearts of those who leave behind is not to die. Thomas Campbell. Moi University 88 group, in loving memory of our comrades with whom we spent formative years together in Moi University. I don't understand. I honestly don't understand anything. I'm trying to get the context of this writing. Okay, what do you call this thing? A president launches something and this that stone. I don't understand. I think I need someone to explain what it is about. Because if you watch this video, please tell me the context of this thing. I've read everything that is okay. I might process or even export this video in 200 pixels. So likely the words won't be visible, but I have said them. I have audibly spoken them or even read them to my screen. I'm sure the audio is very clear. There's no wind out here. So I'm sure the audio is very clear. I would like to get the context. Or someone explains to me to what is happening. What does it mean? And there's another nini. Okay, there's another board there. You can see the stone just right beside my eye. My left, but now it will be right since I'm recording with myself. My right eye, that stone that is just next, in between. Okay, there's a tree in between the two stones. I would like to know what it is. What has it got to do with? Why is it? Why are there monuments here? Anyway, let me continue with my own diaries. Let me mind my own business. I think I would like to take a walk. I would like to take a walk. Yeah. Anyway, see, I want to write fast because these words I can't just. Okay, here's the thing. I cannot speak without writing because I have to have that structure of thinking first. Usually I'm good at speaking when I write fast. When something now is written down, is put down on the paper. Okay, and now I feel like going to yeah. For me to structure my talking, I have to be at least write something. So that when you are writing, you are like you have control of whatever is coming out of your mind. But while speaking, you are likely to just miss out some things. When you are writing, you're like, I am writing with structure. Where's the source? Where's the main idea? Is it reinforcing the idea, the original idea, first idea? So yeah, I've got to do that so that when I speak, I'll just spend most of the time actually talking about what really matters. I think this is what I've been missing out. Yeah, I need to change how I speak in my diaries. Write fast the things that I'm going to speak. Make them as words or even write them as articles. That's the only point that I can talk about them comfortably because I already have an experience. Like, do you know? I'm really getting what I mean. Like, you already have the information firsthand because you have an experience with it. Just and while understanding the human brain works in a way that it will refer to whatever experience that it has, the information that it already has. And I'm already good at writing, so it is very convenient to just know yourself in that manner. So yeah, let me actually write the article first because I know it will be lengthy. I don't know if I might even record it right now, but yeah, I've gotten the solution or even the answer that I was seeking for. So I was in the right place. That voice was telling me, okay, don't go to Catholic. Today go to Grace Chapel. Whoever preached the word. At first I thought I was okay. This guy is talking, but I'm not getting it. But finally I got to the point that he was driving. So yeah, let me actually write the article. It's more of a blog or something. But I'll be back. I don't know if I'll record this because there's rain on top. It's about to fall and fall heavily. Okay, let me write as I walk. I think I'm enjoying it. Anyway, see you in just a few minutes. Or even hours, I'm not sure about this. I have a stomachache. I have a feeling if I continue to walk this path of rocks and finally going to the river just below this valley or even this steep slope, I have a feeling that the I will be hurt again in my knee. Considering this what do you call it? This shoe is very narrow. There's a likelihood that I might now this injury that I have in my leg might end up to be worse. So I'm going back to the knee. I wanted to go to the waterfalls and listen to nature and interact with nature, but I really don't have. Something's just telling me, pushing me back. It's telling me not to go there. Let's go back to the house. If you sleep, just sleep. Yeah. And then I'll plan this week after I wake up. No, after I wake up. So I've tried as much as possible to try and write in a proper and even in an orderly thought process, but it has failed. It has refused. I feel like something is just off. I don't understand why, but something's just off. Off kabisa, like very off. I don't feel myself. I don't feel the vibration. While I was at church, I think I came back to myself, but after that, I have lost myself again. So, it has to do something with, I need to seek the answers now. Take a 2-day break from my social life. Reseek direction. Okay, seek direction, not to reseek. Every time we just are disrupted in our daily lives. Just as, yeah, it's supposed to be. Disrupt. I'm asking myself a question. What did I do wrong? What is wrong? Such that I'm trying as much as possible not to pay attention to it, but it has now become dominant. That voice is just becoming dominant. Yeah, I know that my intuition is very right. And God actually guides me in each and everything that I do. But there's something higher. There's a higher in me calling that calls for my attention, but I'm not paying attention to it. I feel something's just not okay. Honestly, this is something that I've never experienced this before. I'm learning in the process. I feel so lost. Yeah, I feel so lost because I don't understand why this is happening. Look, I've come to nature to just listen to. Let me actually sit down and just record this rather than talking while walking. Okay? By the way, I've had a very terrible month this at the start of this year. Now, where did it all start? Where did the rain start to beat me? Let me sit on this rock so that where did the rain start to hit me? You remember? Let me actually remove the shoes. Movember. Yeah. So I've been okay. It all started when I failed at the conception stage. There's like a moment that I was supposed to get to bear or even to start the process of conception of. Now, my child, okay, my first child, but I failed to do so. What happened next? I got up. Actually, the next day that preceded, was it preceded or even after that day was like, now I'll disrupt everything in your mind or even in your day. Whatever you do, you'll definitely feel it. And was it yesterday or even the day before yesterday? I said that I'm the maker of my own reality. Even the universe respects that. Okay? I am actually very different from other people, as I've come to note. I make my own reality. And if I commit to that, now, this is a process that I had been developing for very many weeks. Or should I say some months? Very many months. Let me say weeks because it is just weeks. It is not many months. So this is a reality that I've been forming in my mind for the longest time. Okay? And since it had been done repetitively and having confidence that it will happen, the universe read that as an instruction. Took that as it's going to happen. So you do whatever you are supposed to do. I'll offer you the best opportunity, the best moments. You'll do what is required of you. Now, after the moment came when I'm supposed now to conceive, or even I'm supposed to initiate the process of conceiving a child, I failed to do so. What happens next in the following days? Chaos. Okay. This when actually I recorded myself not having interest in now recording any diary by that moment. I think this is when I showed very disinterest. This was unlike me. I have never experienced such because, which is a week later is when I come to learn, wow. Kumbe, I failed to do my duty. And it was me who created that reality. I was actually receiving a punishment as a low-key punishment so that my spirit becomes desettled. Like there's a way you can't settle that spirit of mine. That is why that had to happen, to give me a sign that, okay, you are the creator of your own reality. I'll give you the opportunity, I'll give you the resources, I'll provide the best time. You do what you asked for. Otherwise, you're not in control of your life. I am the source, God. As all this is happening, I'm in my own, my own thinking, my own world, thinking that I'm just alone. My life is just alone. Yeah. Since I have free will, I can do anything. Yeah, free will is a good thing, okay? That God gave us all as human beings. We enjoy the privileges of being independent because we have our own will. And don't take that for granted. It is just there so that you can account. So that, I don't know, I feel like this free will is there too. God really doesn't want to control you as a human being because you are a human being. Sin has been with you from the start, or even from the inception of it, when Adam or even Eve ate that nini, and then Adam, and then we are now of sinful nature. Our body is just has that DNA of full sinfulness. Therefore, God cannot interact directly with us, cannot interact directly with our spirit. There's a gap that his son came to bridge. Okay, that is why it is there. However, you must appreciate the fact that we will never interact with God directly. There will always be a medium, and that is Jesus Christ. However, that's not the point. The point is the spirit cannot be controlled. Now, as you seek even yourself, as you seek your right path that really matters to you, you will bring God closer to your life. And God expects you to do some things according to His will for your life. Now, that is what brought me to all this. God was close. Actually, He is close. Let me put it that way. But you failed to do some things that you asked for. Because essentially, the universe is just God. Because He's the source anyway. So, failing to do what your spirit will just be lost. As I've come to learn from this service that I've attended in Grace Chapel, I was like, so no wonder I've been having this, okay, I'm really not okay. I'm really not. It's like I feel so lost because I am a spirit, and once the spirit is not at peace, the body will not be at peace. That's why I can feel it. And being spiritually sensitive calls for you to, find where the problem is. Yeah? I know where the problem is. I really don't know where the pressing issues is, or even the trigger where it is. I want to fix that. That's why I said I'm going for a 2-day or even 48 hours fasting period or even fasting session. So as I get to know what is happening, okay, not to turn on the aeroplane. I might receive a call and it's important. So yeah, the preacher who's likely to be a student preached about the natural man. The natural man who always does his own things according to his own desires of his flesh. Okay? And for you to be living in a fulfilled life, you need to have a spirit committed to God. Yeah? submit the control of your spirit to God. That is actually what matters, and that shouldn't be taken for granted. He is, we are the, how do I put it? We are the, okay, He is the source. So everything that we do, we account to Him. To Him, where we came from. And considering that there's no other choice, as much as this spirit of a human being or even man has that independence, but it isn't. Before God, it will just be dependent on Him. Yeah. So that you live a righteous life, you walk a righteous life, you walk in the right path. You need God. You need God. And this is what I've come to learn actually very firsthand. Appreciative for the fact that you are not the custodian. No, you are just a custodian of your own life. Life doesn't belong to you. It belongs to a higher power. A higher power that you must account for. Account for in each and everything that you do. You see, all that, as I'm coming to learn, I feel like, I don't know, I am aware of myself, but it reaches a point where there will be disruption in your routine, in your daily life, and there's a likelihood that from that you'll graduate to other levels. There isn't this threshold of, okay, you really know yourself, you are walking in the right path, you'll keep on growing. That's actually something about life. You won't be at that level for a very long time. There'll come a moment there'll be disruption. Okay, I'm talking too fast. There'll be disruption, and things will just move, will shift around very fast, such that you'll experience growth each and every time. That's standard, because that's the laws of the universe. Nothing is constant. Everything will keep on moving, graduating. Yeah? Morphing. Yeah? Metamorphosizing. All that. This stone, as you can see, at one point, some years, many years, thousands of years from now, it will no longer be a rock. Yeah? It will weather. It will go through the process of weathering, and it will become soil at some point. That's life. Nothing will ever stop. Everything will keep on changing. This tree, as it is standing here, it won't continue being at the same height. It will continue to grow taller than that. Yeah? It will grow taller than that. The width of this tree will continue to increase. Why? Nothing is constant. That's the beauty about life. The beauty of life lies in there. Everything will always be changing. No matter what, no matter how, things will just keep on shifting around. Our thought will never be our growth should never. That's why you should always be striving each and every day to grow, to have new experiences that will shape the future. Yeah? Always be thinking of the big and the future. Yeah? That matters. That matters a lot. So yeah, I had planned to go by the. I actually talked about it when I was coming before I actually attended the service before. I had planned to go to Catholic Saint what? Saint Michael. I was like, I am late. I woke up very late, 2 minutes actually before the mass time starts. Actually, the time, mass time, usually at 9 a.m. So I felt like something is just off. Okay, not. So I felt like, okay, I can't go to church while I'm that late because I'll be about 20 minutes or 30 minutes late. I was like, I'm not going to church while I'm late. Let me shift my focus and go to another church. And considering that Grace Chapel is a past experience that I have had, this is a church actually, a Protestant church. I was like, why not go? It won't hurt because the environment won't be different. It will just be the same. And actually, I can say that it was worthwhile. And I trusted my instinct because it was telling me, go to Grace Chapel, go to Grace Chapel, go to Grace Chapel, go to Grace Chapel. And guess what? I think the answer that I've been seeking for, I've gotten the answers. Which is actually what I've been talking about for the past 15 minutes. So, yeah, you've got to learn how to listen to that voice because it is in sync with your physical spirit. Physical body. Your consciousness. It is always in sync. And you should never, at one point, think that that voice is very wrong. It is always right because that essentially is just God's voice. God talking to you. Intuition. Once you learn to listen to it, by the way, you'll just be doing things the right way. Once you just learn to listen to it, the voice tells you to meet this person. Go and meet them and make the best out of that moment. Create the impression, the first impression. Just come to learn where let me kwanza culture, or not culture, but train that ability to, yeah, you must always be in sync with that spirit, but that calls for you to submit to God and even submit your soul and learn yourself, learn to know yourself. That is actually the first thing. And learning to know yourself actually takes time. That's something that I've come to learn. If you think that you have reached a point where you know yourself, you'll be shown that you really don't know yourself. There's more to you than you can think of. I have a conclusion that I've made. If you think you know yourself, something will happen to you and it will prove to you that you really don't know yourself. It's a continuous process of knowing yourself and even striving to become the person who is supposed to walk in their own path. The original path that was meant for them. You see? All that is just there to remind us that we are not of our own. We belong and answer to a higher being, a higher power. Standard. Yeah, and everything, everything is supposed to, Apostle Paul, of all people, says that even as he is an apostle, then, Paul is actually a typical example of a human being who is striving to become, who is striving to walk in the righteous path, and sets a very good example of, okay, yes, we understand. He says that, the mind is willing, but the flesh is weak. It can't be able. So we must always submit to God and even ask for his wisdom, strength, and ability to conquer and even overcome whatever is happening around. That is very important. Very important. And always strive to walk in His grace, in God's grace, because it will always be there to just offer the best environment. Okay, that is why for the past 2 days, actually 2 days, yesterday and the day before yesterday, I felt like I had started the journey of learning Excel, but in the middle of it, something's apana. Kumbe, it is a higher purpose that is calling me to, it is calling my attention. Wait, pay attention to this. Okay, so that is what is happening in my life. I feel disoriented kidogo, lost in a way. I don't know where to go, but the answers that I seek are just within. The answers are always within. You need to sit in silence, listen, you'll get the answer. So yeah, does this need to go for long? Okay, let me do this. Let me actually go back to the room. I feel hungry. I feel like yes, I like eating some chips, even some bajias. I hope someone sends me 100 shillings or even 200 shillings. I buy something, but not hoping. We are not hoping. When I need the money, the money usually comes. I don't know, out of somewhere. When I need the money, it usually comes. So let me do this. Let me go back to the room. I'll find something else to talk about. Or should I? Okay. Okay, no, not right now. I'll find something else to talk about. We are the creators of our own realities. I just feel like I should go to somewhere in solitude for just about 1 week. I come back to myself. No internet, no phone, no technology, no one around. I just go back and start now creating my own reality. I've now started having a headache. So that's why I cut short the nini. So there are people around. Do I need to hug a tree right now? Should I hug a tree? Hug a tree and it will provide the answers. But I'll not be in tune. And to come to that frequency of that tree so that it gives me answers. Maybe I might come, but not today. Might come, but not today. However, what I'm seeing is just the presence of God. This is life. So yeah. What is expected from me? You just need to sleep and just relax. Sleep, relax. Don't engage in very many activities that will just disrupt your mind. You do what is expected from you. No. Do what is right for you right now. So yeah. What else can I talk about? Let me actually enter Facebook and see what's happening here. Let me read some posts. When I first saw this video, my mind raced to the tales of Slimbombos. Oh, the guy is talking about this Brad Mtol. Yeah, something is happening with him. By the way, it's important to keep your life private, because some things will happen and people will not know. It's actually very good. Bananas without the B is just pineapple. Bananas. Huh? That's what I mean. Bananas without the B is just pineapple. This, as I come to understand, is the very definition, or even the word pineapple translated to, is it Spanish or even Italian? I'm not sure about the language, but there's a language that calls pineapple ananas. Actually, let me confirm this. There's someone who has texted this. American. It's actually Italian. Yeah, almost actually all the languages call pineapple ananas. Slovak, Swahili mananasi, Finnish ananas, French ananas, Haliban anana, Icelandic ananas. Okay, basically almost all the languages except English. It is the only pineapple. Yeah. Even Kiswahili, it is mananasi. It's crazy. So come to learn about that. Savia memes. So best color, this artist graphics design. Hey, people are really cooking some sumptuous meals out there. Sumptuous meals, yeah. Sugar, it is 8 times as addictive as cocaine. And what is interesting is, while cocaine and heroin activate only one spot for pleasure in the brain, sugar lights up the brain like a pinball machine. Which is actually very true. You know, I saw someone talking about sugar, the sources of the lifestyle diseases, the modern lifestyle diseases. One trigger, actually, the culprit is always sugar. What is cancer? Cancer is when the body has too much sugar. Therefore, cells in the body tend to overgrow because, okay, we are human beings and we are living things. When you are given the right conditions and excess resources, what will you do as human beings? Let's say you are female and male, and you have been placed in an environment where there are many people, or even there are many, actually more than enough resources that you can need. In biology, we say that if you are given the right conditions, your numbers are likely to multiply faster and exceed the limit. Okay, that is what we call, what do you call this, Nini? The number where it has reached the maximum, Nini. what do you call it? What do you call it? What do you call it? It is a number where the organisms, hey, there are ditches here, and I don't know where the soil was taken to, and where it was, and why. Anyway, it really isn't my concern. It's the schools. By the way, did I say that the VC was actually has taken an official leave for 8 months? So right now we don't have a VC. The one who is sitting on that that chair, or even in that position, is there on a temporary basis. But anyway, let's go back to whatever I was saying. There will come that number where it will exceed the resources versus the resources, to reach a point. Okay, that's too much of you, therefore you will tend to even now kill or even be a burden to your own environment because you are too much. That is actually what happens with the body cells in the case of cancer. Cancer is when there is too much sugar, and sugar is actually a raw ingredient for the cell's survival in the body. And once the cells become too much, there will be some overgrowth. Okay, you'll experience some overgrowth. And what does that mean? It means you will have no other choice. What am I really saying? Okay, the point is you'll have no control over it, the overgrowth. That is, if the sugar is continued to being there. So it is actually very true to say that cancer is just you're eating too much sugar. That's it. You are consuming too much sugar. Now, what is diabetes? Now that's actually the the direct result of now. They've actually an open sign of that you are consuming too much carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates and sugar. Because the end goal of eating carbohydrates is it will end up to give you the 3 types of sugar: fructose, sucrose. No, sucrose is 2 sugars. Glucose, galactose, and fructose. I think fructose. Or is it sucrose? I'm not sure about it. But basically, any food that you will eat that is carbohydrate will lead to that. Okay? Which, if you do your study, you're likely to find that all the cancer patients who have ever had cancer, it's likely that they eat more carbohydrates than you need. That's why it is recommended that you eat meals with high proteins and low carbs, and again high vegetables. With that, you'll have saved yourself from some modern lifestyle diseases. We will teach you that. So I'm running out of storage because I actually installed TikTok. I installed TikTok for that matter. I don't know why, but I installed it. Oh, so as to upload the yesterday's video. Okay, so I need to regularly update my feed. Anyway, I have 30 minutes to conclude this nini, and I think I'm done. Remember, if it can be shaken, it can be moved. I have nothing else to talk about, by the way. I'm tired. Today I was seeking an answer, and now I got it. Surrender. Yeah, accept that disruption. You have been taught a lesson. God is amazing. God is great. Remember, if it can be shaken, it can be moved. Until tomorrow, I don't know. Adios.